The South Norwalk train station is one of the busiest in the region, serving as a hub and connection point for both trains on the New Haven Main Line and trains on the Danbury branch. It also serves as a major transportation hub in the city itself, with 3 bus lines and 6 commuter shuttles running to and from it on a daily basis. And the area around it has seen major growth and redevelopment as Norwalk has focused on transit-oriented development in this area. In fact, the city also adopted a South Norwalk train station plan in 2022 that made recommendations for improving the station itself and about 20 acres around it. And it's also located just a few blocks from the city's main downtown area, Washington Street, which, in addition to easy access to the train, has helped make it an attractive area. Some of those recent developments include Sono One, an apartment complex on the New York-bound side of the station. But most of the major development is taking place along the New Haven-bound side of the station. More than 400 housing units have been approved, with more than 100 already finished for the Chestnut-Monroe Street area. Spinnaker Real Estate Partners completed the platform development, which included the historical rehabilitation of an original shirt factory at 11 Chestnut Street and a new 106-unit apartment building at 1 Chestnut Street about 3 years ago. It is also finishing work on Sono Central, a 150-unit project at 10 Monroe Street, which also includes about 3,000 square feet of restaurant and retail space, and the rehabilitation of 2 existing commercial buildings. Most recently, the company received approval from the city's Planning and Zoning Commission in September 2023 for a project that includes more than 200 units, retail and restaurant space, and a public courtyard at 15 Chestnut Street. In addition, a major part of that project is a $6 million grant from the state that will, quote, provide and expand critical infrastructure that will enable the development of vacant and underutilized sites for a mixed-use and transit-oriented development adjacent to the train station. That work includes redoing the train station entrance from Monroe Street, as well as the reconstruction of Station Place, the road that runs through the train station and is used by buses as well as cars and shuttles. That reconfiguration is also a main part of the South Norwalk Station Area plan, which calls for redoing the, quote, transit way that buses use. The study recommended a 2-part solution, keeping it on the New Haven-bound side in the interim for about 5 to 7 years, while the city figures out what to do with the publicly owned properties on the other side of the station, which include the South Norwalk Electric and Water site and those owned by the Housing Authority. Once their future is finalized, the study recommends moving the transitway to the New York-bound side of the station to make it easier for buses to access the station. But there could be even more development around South Norwalk, particularly on publicly owned parcels, like the ones we just talked about that are home to SNU and the Housing Authority. Officials have called those a transformative and unique opportunity for the area. The study examined the build-out of those sites, which could bring more than 400 housing units under existing zoning and up to 700 units if additional density was allowed. In addition, the city is working with private companies to redevelop the Webster lot, located about a half-mile away from the station. A proposed plan for the lot would bring more than 400 housing units, new parking spaces, and a pedestrian promenade that would link Main Street to Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. While much of the efforts around the station are looking towards the future and potential new or relocating residents, a major portion of the study also looked at the existing community around the station and how it could both benefit from the development and also be impacted by it. As a follow-up, the city is embarking on a South Norwalk community plan. Brian Bedoli, the director of the Norwalk Redevelopment Agency, said this plan aims to take a look at existing conditions, plans, infrastructure, land uses, and work with the community to figure out what they want that area to look like down the road. Learn more about what's happening around the South Norwalk station and check out our full All Aboard series, which explores areas in and around train stations across Southwest Connecticut at coastalconnecticuttimes.com. Reporting for Coastal Connecticut Times, I'm Kelly Prinz.